Hey, what's up YouTube? steamtowngamer here, and today I'm rocking Tomb Raider on the PlayStation 3. Now, I've played this game to completion, and quite frankly, I fucking love this game. It's incredible. I highly recommend that you go out and you buy it if you haven't done it already. So this rated MA, it's extremely strong violence. It's very gory as well. This game is known for its very graphic and detailed deaths of Lara Croft. Say you're jumping from a cliff and you slip, you know, you don't act fast enough, things like that. She often gets impaled or crushed or drowns, and they don't hide it. It's very graphical, it's very detailed, it's very gory, and I love it. It just motivates you to just that much more to avoid, you know, dying. Now, I did play a little bit about like 5 minutes ago. I'm going to go ahead and start a new game over it, because it just wasn't that entertaining. So the game itself starts off insanely gory. Lara Croft is on an expedition to find this secret island by this Chinese goddess, the Chinese fire goddess, something like that. She became immortal by putting her soul into other women. It's just pretty nuts, and that turns out was true. And she's on this island, which I believe that she can only put her body into her own blood, as in a offspring of some kind, a family member. Just as long as she's related by blood, she can actually put her body in there.
In our darkest moments.
Anyway, any vessel that gets close to the island gets torn apart by the storm. It's just nuts. And that's what happened there. Lara's, you know, on the expedition, and the shit hit the fan.
Something that pushes us.
The ship has literally ripped in half. Not so fast. That guy there is sort of her mentor. He taught her a lot about how to survive. This is her beginning of her adventure. You know, Lara Croft as this international adventurer. Well, this is the start of her adventure. Right now she's 18, a bit older than that. The first real adventure. As far as I can tell, I'm not that familiar with the Tomb Raider lore.
Hello! Put some pressure on it!
We got to
So that's the remainder of her crew.
This would happen.
Come on, Doctor!
That guy there is kind of an asshole. So there are other people on the island. As I just said, that every time a vessel comes close to getting off the island, it gets hit with the storm, stopping it from leaving or even safely entering the island. And this island has been colonized dozens of times by all different adventurers. So there could be like crashed helicopters or planes. There was a World War II base and a World War I base as well. There was also like pirate ships, and you know, and the survivors of them all grouped together made a small civilization. Anywhere from temples to small huts, things like that. All of them made their own little mark in some way, and then mysteriously just gone, wiped out. And I'm not going to go into explaining why they were wiped out, but it's just crazy. And this is what's really gory here. I mean, she's hanging there, and there's obviously bodies around her. Now, I don't know if if they thought she was dead and just tied her up, or perhaps they want just put it there for safekeeping, you know.
I can't die like this.
So that set that on fire. Now you've got to swing the other way. As I said before, I played like 5 minutes of this game. Like literally like 5 minutes ago, just to sort of get my bearings, and then made a new save file. This is what I'm talking about, getting impaled or crushed. This is just horrible. You just don't want to look at that. This will not be the first time this happens, neither. Now, when I first landed, I thought all these bones are humans. Turns out they're not. A lot of them are animals. This seems to be some kind of possibly food storage. I honestly don't know. There's a lot going on here, and I just can't tell. It's just full of bones. I don't know why they put her particularly in here. I don't know if they thought she was dead. I simply don't know. But either way, it's fucking gory, and I fucking love it. So we're gonna go ahead and just move forward now.
God. No.
So that was another one of the passages on the ship.
What happened to you?
Okay, she's obviously dead, which probably means that they thought Lara Croft, or at least was going to die, so they had no intention of actually using her. Pretty messed up what's going on here. But it's basically a tribe of cultists who, you know, worship that chick behind her, that picture there.
Torch.
So we just need a torch. So I got up to about here and then just sort of started a new save file for your entertainment. Light it, walk away. Make sure you walk away, otherwise they'll fall on you and burn you. So the people who are on the island now, this new generation, this new colony, they're extreme cultists. They are extremely hostile. If they don't kill you dead, they will try. There's definitely some kind of storage, you know. Look, they're actually using a World War II hat as a land. Like, they've built a whole shanty town, and basically anything that lands here, ships, planes, anything, they scavenge and kill whoever's inside. It's just what they do. Occasionally they will save someone, and if they can kill them, but yeah, it's pretty messed up as to what they actually do. That blows up. I don't really know what to do now. Okay, yep, now you might be trapped in this now.
Oh shit, that was close. Just keep moving.
He's not dead, but he might very well be trapped. So yeah, generations of people, like for hundreds of years, people have shown up on this island and gotten trapped. They've built civilizations. There are temples, bases, shanty towns, all sorts of things. All sorts of evidence that people have survived, and some survive in a short time, some survive in, you know, generations, and then just wiped out. The lore behind it is crazy. I'm just going to put out the bloody torch again. So as you can see, there's a crashed plane there, probably from World War II. Objective. That's the highlighted thing, so we've got to do something with That's the sea mine. Obviously walked through the back of the entrance of the cave and got jammed up. Look, an elevator system. These guys have built all sorts of stuff like this. Things are slow. I've got to ignite them. Okay. And probably have to ignite these too. So we just need to find another torch. Here we go. Oh, hopefully that won't go out. Oh, it put it out, damn it. Okay. Oh, I think I know what we need to do. We need to adjust these elevators so it controls the water flow, I think. Perhaps we can treat something underneath this. The whole game is really based on this kind of stuff, you know. Puzzle solving. There is a lot of puzzle solving in regards to like that. Looks like that's going to catch things, and perhaps when it catches things, it's going to ignite them. Like it's going to catch them, and then I ignite them, and then perhaps the concept of when I've landed that, it drops it down. Okay. What I'll do is I'll ignite these. I think if I can get a lot of them ignited at once, the chances of them surviving go up dramatically. That's what I'm thinking now. The physics of this game are just incredible. No, it raised them up. Holy crap. I was not expecting that. Now I just have to get up there and push it. That's all. There you go. This game is just incredible. It really is. I mean, I can't believe it's even on the PlayStation 3, to be honest. Goes in the side behind the barrel.
I've got to get out of here.
So it looks like they're there. I turned away to But the places well, probably better than that. Wow. Oh, crap. This happens a lot in the game, and I love the impalement. And we see tons of Oh shit. You see, I hit X instead of Y. That's what happened. There'll be so much treasure, so many valuable treasure. They've got no way to spend it or get it out. Yeah. Oh. covered in her blood and my blood. It's crazy. That was just a tutorial. That is just insane. That's what it's like throughout the entirety of the game. She is not a superhero. She is not superpowered in any way. She is Lara Croft. A well-endowed inheritor. See, the storm is just gone. Excellent. See how just crazy that is? I mean, look, you can see in the left-hand corner there seems to be evidence of a plane crash, and then there's a pirate ship. I say pirate ship, I mean just really old-timey ship. Another plane crash. All different eras from history. Look, other ships in the background. It's just nuts. It really is. And this is the entirety of the game. All this sort of shit exists all across the island. Can't go there. Oh, let's go down here. You obviously got to get to the beach where her friends should be. This island is huge, by the way. I mean, there's mountains.
The lifeboat. Where are they? They must have gone inland. Okay, take it slow.
Oh, oh, that was nuts. That really was.
Okay.
This game is just, I mean, it's fantastic. I mean, it's just crazy how good this game is. The graphics are just insane. They really put a lot of effort into this. You know, I know a lot of people, and they've never even, heard of this game or ever touched it, and it's like, I've got to tell them to get into this game. I can't believe I played this game once and put it down. Damn, this game is just incredible. I do remember this part. This part is another sliding thing, if I recall. The whole sliding thing and crawling around, that is very common throughout the entirety of the game. It's just nuts.
I can do this.
So that is a bomber of some kind. Take a look at the plane. I want to see it again. So it snapped off. The wing has fallen down now. Wall scramble. Easy enough to remember.
Sam's pack.
So Sam, that is her, basically her college friend. They work together on the dissertations, things like that. Sam is her best friend.
Sam! They must have come this way.
And she is Asian. I don't know what those were.
Sam? Roth? Can anyone hear me? I've got to find them.
Yeah, if you haven't guessed already, the bad guys obviously have radios. I mean, they're a sort of emergency force. So they're basically just going to listen out for everything they do over the radio. Coastal forest. Take shelter from the storm. This is actually in the trailer as well. Her, crying in a shelter, surrounded by wolves. I mean, you have to hunt. You have to make fire. You have to survive. I mean, it's not just about jumping from platform to platform on a set path, just like the other Tomb Raider games. This is a free roam game. You have to survive here.
Looks abandoned.
She must be freezing. Look what she's wearing. She must be freezing as hell.
Is anyone listening? Please respond.
So the guy who tried to save her life before is her mentor. I mentioned it before. Basically, all of her wilderness training came from him, or at least most of it did anyway. So how she knows how to start a fire and hunt and things like that, it came from him. So that's what it was, matches. And one match. Have you ever done that before? Like when you strike in one match, you pretend that match is your last match, and if you can't start a fire, it's stuck. I actually like to do that sometimes. I get a match and I ignite it. But I pretend it's like the one match. It's like, come on, see if I can do this. I'm just thinking out loud here. Still shaking a bit. That's indicating that there is another walkie-talkie that's at least online. And it's probably the bad guy. So that is Sam's recorder. If I recall, that has a lot of backstory as to, what it was like on the boat. Yeah, there it is.
Here's the soon-to-be world-famous archaeologist, Lara Croft, in her native habitat. She's on the hunt for the lost kingdom of Yamatai, home to the fabulous Himiko, mythical Sun Queen, and ancestor of yours truly.
Sam, this is serious.
Oh, sweetie, I know. I'm just trying to lighten the mood here. Everyone's so on edge. What are you so worried
She's
about?
wearing the same clothes. That indicates to me that they are.
I just don't know if the others will listen. Or
Sorry, that indicates that this happened right before the storm.
You know this stuff better than anyone. Seriously, I'm not just saying this to make you feel better. I trust you. Roth trusts you. You got this. Now let's take a break, okay?
Okay. And Sam, thanks.
She's not always this serious, you know?
Come on, tackle it.
Now we're looking at the crew.
I'm not serious about this
The
expedition.
blonde guy is a complete
Is that
asshole.
Sam's family funding us? I put my savings on the line too.
We've all got some kind of stake in this. The funding won't last forever, Whitman.
That's precisely why we should push east, not west.
No one believes Yamatai is that far east. The books simply don't support it.
Well, whoever wrote those books never found Yamatai.
I've talked to Roth about this. There's no point in following in other people's footsteps, Dr. Whitman.
I refuse to bet my reputation on your hunch. I'm I'm the lead archaeologist here.
And when were you last in the field without a TV crew behind you?
Got 30 years experience, 2 PhDs, 1 in East Asian history. So why don't you just stick to boats, Mr. Grimm?
Ship, Dr. Whitman. It's a ship. You don't need a PhD to know
Look,
that.
going east will take us directly into the Dragon's Triangle. That's where we need to go.
Lara, my little bird. I'd follow you almost anywhere, but this place has a bad energy.
Bad storms, more like. Makes the Bermuda Triangle look like Disney World. Sign me up.
The stories about
That's a
creatures
nerdy
that
guy who has a
escape
crush
from
on
storms. Myths
Lara.
are usually based on some version of the truth. What if Yamatai was somewhere in the triangle itself?
Oh, look, this is the satellite imagery from inside the Dragon's Triangle.
That doesn't look good.
If it's wet, I can sail on it.
Oh, don't tell me you're seriously
Reyes is right. We don't have the funds to piss about. It's now or never. Lara's offering fresh ideas and a plan. I'm the captain here. It's my decision. We're going into the Dragon's Triangle.
Why am I even here?
Isn't Liara like super rich and could have paid for the whole expedition herself and therefore put herself in charge? I know, I'm just picking apart the game here. Maybe she hasn't received all the money. Stop raining.
I can't just sit here. I've got to find something to eat.
There's something to eat.
Oh, God. What's going on here? Wait. I can use that bow.
So that was not one of her crew, but look at her out. That was probably built during World War II. It's some sort of bunker. Meaning that I believe this was built by the Chinese during World War II or World War One. They couldn't get back off the island, so anyone who was there had to basically survive the shipwreck and bring supplies with them, and hopefully the supplies would survive, and then build the shelter, and then try to figure out a way how to get off, which they actually tried to do. The whole idea was they were doing research at the same time to figure out what's causing these storms every time a ship shows up. They thought that maybe they could weaponize it or something, but they were mysteriously wiped out, just like every other civilization that tries to set up. That bow's gonna be sitting there for a while. Great. Makeshift longbow.
Let's see if this thing still works. Just remember Roth's training.
You can have the best form and technique in the world, but it won't mean a thing if you can't focus. The key to using any weapon is focus.
I think I see some arrows here.
So hungry. I need to find something to eat.
Check out this car. So to get this car here, they would have had to drop it from a plane, which probably would have been ripped apart, depending on. No, if it's above the clouds, it wouldn't have had to. So they could have dropped it from the air. It probably came by boat though, and that means the boat probably, got smashed apart or ripped to pieces. Anyway, they couldn't get back off, and then they would have had to get the car from the boat and then drive it all the way up here, which I'm not seeing any kind of roads, by the way. I've got 8 arrows. Great, I've got 13 arrows. We're going to go kill the deer, then take it back to the campfire, and then we're going to make some food. Damn it. I should have just opened fire on it. Got it.
Sorry.
Does she have a knife? She doesn't have a knife, but she's got an arrow. Those arrows have been sitting around for a while. They wouldn't be sharp enough to actually use as a tool. But this is a video game. I'm picking it apart. I know it shouldn't. Video games are fucking fun. They don't always make sense in the real world. Of course, they're video games. I mean, why would they? The whole idea is to avoid the concept of the real world. I am talking too much about crap.
Right, back to camp.
Turn to camp.
All right, Lon. You won't always have some fancy gadget to tell you where you are. If you can learn to read the land and the stars, you'll always be able to find your way home.
Here we are. Food. That must be such a relief after the ordeal she's going through. A warm fire and some food. You can actually increase your hunting skills because you need to hunt, you need to eat, you need to provide food for yourself. Animal instincts, survivalist, advanced salvaging, bone collector.
This is Conrad Roth, captain of the Endurance. We are shipwrecked on an island inside the Dragon's Triangle.
Roth!
Lara!
You're alive!
Easy, easy. Are you okay? What happened?
I remember the beach, and then it went black and I woke up in a cave. There was this crazy man, Roth, and a dead body.
Oh, God. Where are you now, Lara? Are you safe?
It was so horrible. It's all my fault. This is all my fault.
Lara, listen to me. I sent an SOS from the Endurance before I abandoned her. Hopefully someone caught it. I've spoken to the others. We're regrouping at my location.
Please come and get me.
I have to stay here. You can do this, Lara. Remember when we climbed Snowden? You said the key was knowing that all you've got to do is just keep moving. Remember everything I've taught you, Lara. You're ready for this. And keep your radio on.
Okay.
So chances are the bad guys heard that. Find a way out of the forest. We're going to go ahead and stay the night here. Gotta wait till daytime.
Okay. This is Lara Croft, an archaeologist from the Endurance.
I guess we can't.
Hello? Hello? Is someone there?
That door wasn't open before. There's a tunnel. And a torch.
This could be a way through.
There's a draft that indicates there's another entry. It's not the only way in and out. Drop. This would have required machinery to build.
What are these markings?
That's the symbol of the goddess. Here, they're pissed off by it.
What am I doing?
And chicken trap. And human skulls and a deer.
Oh God. This is insane.
No one leaves. Now, I don't know if this is a sort of base for those weird cultist people around. I don't know if this is just someone's previous attempts of living in here.
This traditional no mask represents a hateful woman in the guise of a demon. There are traces of white paint on the inside. Whoever used this mask was of noble birth.
That looks like food store. There's food in there! Judging by the symbols, this is probably owned by the cultists, and it's probably just a small camp with minor storage facilities. Oh, that's right, we need her tool. Her tool, she's literally holding the tool on the cover of the game, which we have to find. It's that hiking pickaxe thing. Set these bitches on fire. Remember to stand back a bit.
Oh no.
This seems pretty messed up. Looks like there was smoke in them, maybe?
Oh.
The stick with a blade sticking out of it. Fry axe. Hey, record. So this would be full of, you know, Victorian explorers, basically anyone with a sailboat throughout most of history. At some point, people would have stumbled across an island and gotten trapped and then started a civilization and then got wiped out. This is obviously a World War II base of some kind. Then they were attacked, and since this base is so top secret that no one really talked about it. And of course, people who landed on the island couldn't get back off. So, but they could radio people. It's weird. It's just really weird. Sam up ahead. Come on, let's go.
Did you get that?
Got
She's
it.
fine.
We have a fire. Look for the smoke.
We're on our way.
Laura, you made it.
Sam. Thank goodness.
Surprise. It's okay. He's one of us.
Sorry if I startled you. This place would make anyone a little jumpy. We just spoke to your crew. They're on their way.
Look, he bandaged my foot.
Oh, it was the least I could do. My manners. I'm sorry, I'm Matthias. A teacher by trade.
He was a teacher.
Not
He's
really
another
cut
leader.
out for island life, I'm afraid.
Sweetie, you look exhausted. Sit down.
Yeah.
Sam here was just telling me about the Sun Queen.
Right, Himiko.
Can you tell me more? I'm intrigued.
Well, believe it or not, a couple thousand years ago, Queen Himiko pretty much ran things in Japan.
I thought Chinese was Japan.
Himiko was beautiful, enigmatic, but also ruthless and powerful. Legend says she had shamanistic powers.
And this is where she loses me.
Well, there's always some truth to myths.
She commanded an army of samurai warriors, her magnificent storm guard. They rode the very winds into battle, laying waste to all who opposed them. They say the sun rose at Himiko's command and she ruled everything its rays touched, from the mountains to the sea and beyond.
But what happened to her?
So this goddess, or this
Sam?
capable of manipulating the environment.
Matthias? Sam! Sam! Shit! Ah! No! Sam!
There's a good chance he set that trap for her. These aren't dogs. We just saw it. I don't know if it's the rule of three that will allow us to sort of do. That one seemed like an alpha. I'd say he set that trap. But he didn't call for help, apparently. So there you are. I guess they realized that they didn't need these guys.
It's good to see you, little bird.
I'm so glad you're here. Is Sam with you?
She was with you.
She was here with that man, Matthias. But I passed out. When I woke up, they were both gone.
You girls shouldn't go wandering off.
We need to find them.
Oh, wait. What about Roth?
Okay, let's split up. One of us go with Laura and meet up with Roth. The rest of us should fan out and look for Sam.
I'll go with her.
No. Let me.
You know how to use one of these?
It's been a while. It's all coming back to me.
Get to Roth. We'll find Sam and this Matthias guy.
You gonna be okay?
Yes, I probably just need to rest for a few minutes.
You sit here. I'll check up ahead.
Okay.
Obviously, he's up to something. I believe he wants to communicate with the bad guys, find out what they want, and probably negotiate. So he did call for help. Obviously, it was some sort of trap to get everyone there at once. But I bet that once he realized that Sam, turns out, is actually related to this goddess, he...
I can't believe we're actually on an expedition to find the homeland of my ancestors.
There it is.
Ever since I told Lara the story of Himiko years ago, she's been hunting for its location. I never really gave it much thought.
So he told that guy, and now that guy basically said, well, I don't need everyone now. We've got everyone we need. So they've taken Sam. And it's going to be a while before we actually get Sam back. We're not going to do it in this episode, obviously. It's going to be a while. That's like half the game.
I don't like the sound of that.
Just head up the hill. Look for the large gate.
Look, old temple markings and... Are these arrows? They are arrows. Oh shit. Oh crap. Fuck off. Oh shit. He got my neck. He got my neck. And he snapped it. Oh. That is just gruesome. And that's nothing compared to a lot of these other fucked up ones. So I'm guessing that lighting the campfire is I'm gonna set that bitch on fire. I'm guessing that lighting the campfire is the save point. It's been a while since I played this game. I basically got it when it first came out, played it, put it down, never touched it again. This might reveal something, you know, like this. Salvage. Oh, that will help us make, you know, arrows, things like that.
Up here, I found something.
I don't like the sound of that.
Just head up the hill. Look for the large gate.
So up the hills, look for the large gate. This is what we're supposed to do. We're supposed to avoid them.
These are fascinating.
I've seen these before. Oh? They must be ritualistic.
This female image is particularly interesting.
Looks like it was made quite recently.
It's by those islanders, no doubt. Judging by the wrecks out there, they were once like us. Survivors. Remarkable.
Yes, well, let's hope we don't become murderers, too.
See if you can work the other one.
The handle's missing.
Together.
That little hook thing is going to come in handy quite a bit.
It won't take the force. I'll have to find something sturdier to turn it with.
Must be something around here we can use. Incredible.
Collect salvage. Upgrade the axe. So we have to upgrade the axe to make it stronger.
It needs something stronger.
Collect 50. We've got to find these crates. We've got to, you know, just scavenge around. So here's another camp, which means that we can unlock it, make that a new save point, and then use its thing. Or can we do that? No, I'm guessing that we have to upgrade at the campfire. Day camp. The gate. Skill points. New hunter upgrades. Well, we've got to find the scavenge. I guess we haven't learned to actually upgrade yet. We'd have to scavenge around. A stronger axe is needed to pry open the bloody the crate.
This'll work. Just need a bit more.
Back off!
Yeah, because they speak English. Wolf meat. Delicious. And another crate of salvage.
Just a bit more.
Just need one more crate. And there's one more crate.
Right, that should do it. Let's see
Use
if I can
camp.
fix this axe.
So we'll go back and use the camp that's right up there, and then we'll go ahead and make a stronger pickaxe, which will allow us to get into that temple. But before we get into the temple, I'm going to go back to that crate that we saw, crack it open, and see what we can find. So we go to the campsite. Salvage. Okay. Pickaxe. I guess it's just automatic. Strengthen. As you can see, it's got a better handle. It looks like she's completely replaced the whole thing. I mean, except for the blade maybe, but the handle has definitely been completely replaced. It hasn't been like added to, it's been completely replaced with metal.
All right, Laura. Shall we give it a go then?
Let's do this, Doctor.
Whenever you're ready. That female figure on the gate. Given the age of the symbols, it could be the Sun Queen.
Himiko. Are you sure you're not channeling sound, Dr. Whitman?
Well, there's no doubt. Himiko had power. Some say shamanistic, elemental.
A woman wields that much power, and sooner or later it gets called witchcraft.
We shouldn't discount anything, even what may seem to us irrational. We still have much to learn about the world.
You sound like my father.
It could be one hell of a story, Laura.
Not if we don't live to tell it.
So it's opened a door, but there doesn't seem to be any sort of temple above it. It just seems to be a door that leads to a path. That's really all that is. I thought there would be a whole temple thing, but...
Incredible. It is Himiko.
But look, the bowl, the candles. Why is she still being worshipped?
This island, it must have once been part of Yamatai. You were right, Laura.
The Lost Kingdom.
It's like finding Atlantis.
But this is real, Dr. Whitman. We're not standing on a myth.
No, we're standing on a gold mine.
Come, quickly. Your friends are hurt.
Yes, probably by them.
Get back.
They can't be trusted. You still have a gun.
I don't want any trouble.
No.
We'll come.
No.
But I insist that afterwards you take us to whoever's in charge.
What are you doing?
Be quiet.
No!
I'm handling this.
No!
No! Please!
Get off!
Just go along with them, Laura. Do whatever they say.
What a fucking douchebag.
Дай меня пистолет. Иди. Пошла.
Who are you people? What do you want with us?
Laura!
If they give you any trouble, kill them.
Don't hurt them,
I
please.
said silence, girl. А ты ведь хорошенькая, да? Напоминаешь мою сестру. Round them up! Round them up! Don't you fucking move! Kill them all!
That was a little rapey. I didn't like that at all.
There she is.
Damn it. In the neck and in the thigh.
Hey, bring up the prisoner. Yeah, I'm on it.
Anything?
Another one. There she is.
Damn it. thigh and neck again. I guess it's just automatic. They just shoot you there. Looks like I need to go in here.
Alright, let's find the rest.
Too bad. We gotta use some recruits.
Alright.
Like I just got it. Okay, did it.
What do you see?
Nothing.
Are they burning all these temples down to track us down? That's just nuts. Maybe they accidentally, ignited them.
Думаешь, удастся спастись? No one escapes. Out! Вылезай! Но трать моего времени!
There's people here from every continent.
Она тоже была порядочной стервой.
I tried to shoot him in the dick.
Oh God!
Well, it's the first time she's killed someone, so... Semi-automatic pistol. Let's leave. Yeah, there's no way they're doing this by accident. They're clearly trying to, discover her, find us by burning everything inside.
Got another one. She went down over there.
Shot again.
I don't know.
She's just covered in her own blood.
There's nowhere.
Partially someone else's blood, but mostly her own blood. It's just horrible. Oh God, I'm horrible. Ammunition is pretty rare too, and I was just wasting it. I did the equivalent to just like throwing single arrows. Loot 3 arrows. Nothing really. Can't go through there. Possibly can go through there. These temples must be hundreds of years old and they're just burning down. What a bunch of assholes. ammunition box. Yeah, she's probably dead. So you got the arrows for silent kills, obviously. That's assuming that you hit them in the head. They're not anywhere near as effective as a gun. Silent kill. Use your bow to hit any silent. Yeah, if you shoot this guy, he will alert others. Headshot. Come on, headshot. I guess he wouldn't have alerted others, but he would have shot you. There's no way to really take him out, I guess.
See what he's got. All in. Headphone. Always the same shit. So what came in? Another tanker? Nah. Looked like some kind of research ship. What?
Need some help!
What's going on down there?
What's going on down there?
Killer!
Oh crap. Continue up the mountain to recruit with rock.
Lara, are you there?
Yes.
I can see smoke coming from the old ruins. Are you okay?
Oh God, Roth, I'm in trouble. They're killing people.
What? Who?
Men. I don't know why. I had to kill some of them. I had no choice.
That can't have been easy.
It's scary just how easy it was. You've got to warn the others, Roth.
Don't worry about them right now. You just do whatever it takes to get to me, Lara.
I'll try.
So it sucks that we're still at the beginning of the game, which is still just opening up the front of the storyline, which means that I haven't been able to show you the whole concept of the game itself. It's driving me crazy a little bit. I really just want to explore in peace during the daytime, where I'm not constantly being under attack. Not just being attacked, but constantly being under attack. I'm gonna make this a new day cam. I think we can fast travel. Fast travel unlocked. There we go. So now we can hop from base camp to base camp. And this is the entirety of the island. And there are multiple, 18 levels complete, 18% complete of the forest.
I don't know
Coastal forest, 17% of the mountain temple, and obviously this place is a lot bigger.
I don't know what.
Most of the locations we'll discover as the storyline progresses, but there is a huge free roaming portion of the game where at least 35% we have to discover it by ourselves.
Days have passed since the plane crash. For a second time, we attempted to escape by boat, with disastrous results. I knew it would happen, just like the first time. The calm sea turned hostile with no explanation. The moment we made for open water, the winds picked up, followed by an impossible wave. Like a child's toy, our lifeboat was smashed violently into the rocky shore. Now 2 more lie dead, and another is wounded beyond help. The others are starting to panic, and they're looking to me for a plan. I do have one, but it doesn't include them. They are weak and stupid, a liability in this place. I suggested they make another attempt to leave, but I won't join them. To do so would be suicide. This is clear to me now.
Now, I believe the diaries from a madman found. I believe that these madman diaries is the leader of the these cultists. More salvage. What's this thing now?
got word.
I've said it a couple times before. There are like military bases, there are temples, there are makeshift houses, and even villages that were, you know, erected then destroyed. People have turned their planes and helicopters and ships into homes, and then tried to survive on the island, only to get wiped out shortly after.
Vladimir's in charge. What'd you expect? He loves killing.
Shoot arrows into walls near enemies to distract them. That was an arrow. Oh shit, did he really just do that? He'd probably just die. That went bad. The enemies, turns out, are far more interactive than I originally suspected, or at least remembered. I did not expect the guy to flip the table and launch a flare, alerting others. That was just nuts.
Looks like a smaller group escaped into the lower forest.
Maybe we get a hunting party down there.
No, Father Matthias went himself.
You hear something? I'll take a look.
That was a bitch. That second arrow, I did not mean to shoot. It just went off. Looks like we can get up through here. Without killing.
The others will get her. She's in here somewhere. Find her.
Oh, we just got to ignite this, or we just need a torch. Something's glowing, indicating that there is. Oh, it's a light there.
Check that side.
Oh, I didn't even read the bloody description. Shoot gas lamps. I literally just figured that out on my own, and I was like, oh crap, it's already telling me to do that.
Quiet, quiet.
Challenge updated. We have to take out lanterns as part of the challenge. Silent kill. Triangle.
Keep looking. She's got to be here somewhere. Find anything on that side?
No, not a damn thing.
Whoa. Hey, watch it. How far down does it go? All the way to the seafloor. Maybe she fell. No. I don't think so.
Come on, fall off.
Watch it. The fire's spreading.
There we go. She's down.
There she is. Move to the upper level.
Oh, they were hiding behind there. Where's the cocktails are coming from? That was supposed to happen by the looks of it. Look how fast this place is going up. That was supposed to happen. Alright. Squeeze my heart out.
I can do this.
There's no way they could do that during, you know, raining time. I mean, look, it's raining pretty hard. There's no way that she would actually be able to do that. And once again, I'm picking this game apart again. This is a really good game. Oh, his leg. That probably explains why he couldn't come to rescue her.
God's got nothing to do with it. It's good to see you two, girl.
Sorry, they did a real number on your leg.
No, looks worse than it is.
Have you heard from any of the others?
Nothing.
Wait, what are you doing?
The wolves took my food pack. The transmitter from the lifeboat's in it. If we don't get that back, we're not getting off this bloody island.
You need bandages, morphine, antiseptic.
Also in the pack.
Shit.
Exactly. Come here. Come on. Oh.
Oh no. No. Oh, don't do this to me, you northern bastard.
His leg is pretty fucked up, I must say. It's just... I don't even know how to describe his leg. The game just froze. I had to skip that because it froze. Basically, he said you're going to have to go on without me. Let's see if we can take a look at his leg. Okay, it's not as bad as I originally thought, but it's bleeding out, which is going to attract the wolves, of course, and that's going to suck for him.
Perhaps up there somewhere.
You know, guys, I'm going to make this the end of the episode for now. I will probably make a second episode. I simply don't know at this point in time. You know, like, subscribe, and share if you haven't already. Leave a comment on, you know, whether or not you want to see me play this game. If you like what you saw, you know, let me know and I'll keep playing it. I've got a lot of responses so far for other games which I intend to come back to. So, you know, YouTube, catch you later. Hey, what's up YouTube? I'm back. Now, if you're watching this in one clip, it means I was successful in using the editing software. If not, I was not as successful. Anyway, the reason why I continued to play is because the game hasn't opened up completely yet. This is a free roam sandbox game, if you will, yet the game has not done that yet because we're still in the main storyline. We're still doing the first main story mission. After that, we can free roam the island, unlock all these things, go sightseeing if we wanted to, but we can't do that just yet because we're still, you know, doing the main storyline. This is her quest. This is her startup mission as to explaining why and how she is doing all this crap. That looks like we can ignite that maybe? I know that at some point we get flaming arrows, and I think this is where this is going to come in, because we could ignite things like this. So I thought we could rock it, turns out we can't really rock it the same way I thought we could.
These ruins. Kamakura period. Was all this part of Yamatai?
Now we could find some treasure in here. I think we might find some treasure. Some treasure. Barbed wire, obviously not from that period. Probably came from the, did come from a plane. We need to go up that mountain, so we've got to take this little path over here. Those are, they look like gravestones to me.
Some kind of container. Who left these behind?
That's one hell of a jump. I don't even know if this is a real path because that's one hell of a jump. That's pretty done exploding. Looks like we could have just jumped from there to here. Now I'm going to keep playing until we basically get to the free roam portion of the game where we can just explore as we go. But as I said before, the game is still sort of locked onto a track, which means we can't really finish the main, first part of the main storyline. That's right, I forgot that we were tracking down some wolves. That's indicating that it's like right here. Those are human remains. Oh man. I'm gonna have my gun equipped. I didn't equip it. She self-equipped the gun because she's only got one hand.
I just want the pack. That's all.
She's still got that huge cut on her arm, which is probably going to attract the wolves as well.
Okay, got to get this back to Roth.
Now we both know it's not going to be as easy simply just to walk out of this cave. It's going to be a bit difficult. We both know this. Last stab was probably in the heart.
Oh, that was close.
We've got to get back down to him, and this is obviously a shortcut. And we can probably ignite that if we can find a open flame source. Maybe we could shoot that down. That does nothing. Pretty sure that those basket things are flammable. When you ignite them, they flame up and roll and then they can explode. I don't remember. I'm just thinking that's what they do. Looks like we can go down over here. And he should be just up ahead. Yep, he's still there. I half expected him to be gone.
Right. Let's get you patched up.
Where does a young lady like you learn to do a thing like that?
Late shift at the 9 Bells. Wolf's got nothing on a broken bottle.
Hey, you got it. Nice work.
So I assume the plan is to take that up to the radio tower.
Well, it should give us the best shot of broadcasting a strong signal in every direction.
And she knows that he can't do it.
Laura, we need to send out that SOS. And I'm not climbing anytime soon.
Yeah, I was afraid you were going to say that.
You can do it, Laura. After all, you're a Croft.
I don't think I'm that kind of Croft.
Sure you are. You just don't know it yet.
Oh, he's giving her a new one.
Well, let's hope I'm a fast learner then.
Just be careful, Laura.
You might want to give that axe a go on the rock wall over there first.
We're gonna go test climb some. This is probably why we couldn't really free run, because we needed the proper pickaxe, because we couldn't climb, you know, vertical walls with the one that we had. Oh shit, really got impaled there. Impalement is very common in this game. You would not believe. I kind of thought I could ignite that. But at some point we're going to have flaming arrows, and that's really going to be a game changer as well. So we're going to go climb to that radio tower. But she doesn't know, it's not like we're climbing to the top of the radio tower, we're climbing to the radio tower so that we can sort of just connect the device into the tower itself. But of course things did not go according to plan. Oh shit, that was close. So if you fall down there, you will probably die. Oh.
Hey! You find anything? No, nothing. What? Nothing. There's no one up here. They never make it up this far. Should we head back up to the bunker? Nah, let's wait out the storm. Got it! Stay alert. Let's move inside.
Okay, so they're not going home, but they're not going to stay out in the open.
Good idea. We got some time. Might as well relax. Probably
Oh, we can shoot this.
later.
I need help.
Damn it, man.
You're gonna
That was a fucking flame one. These guys are the worst. Now, I obviously shot him, but did he go down permanently or is he just staying down? That is the question. Looks like we need to go over here. Maybe. Let's scrounge up and scavenge.
I have spoken to some of the villagers on the island. I was expressly forbidden to leave the palace, but this did not stop me. My duties here are clear. I must learn the truth, but the stories I uncovered defy belief. Rumors abound of the Queen's communion with the spiritual world. They say she commands the sun and the rain, that her lands are abundant by her will alone. This is certainly nonsense. But what can be the cause of such whispers? Is this how she controls her people? By engaging their primitive superstitions? I saw absolute reverence in their eyes when they spoke of her. Yet, I also sense fear. Her people are treated with fairness, taxed reasonably, and are well protected by her storm god. No wonder some of them even pray to her. It's as if she were more than just a queen.
Climbing up the mountain, climbing up the mountain. There might be something over here. It's like an object. Oh, fire is needed. Maybe there's one in here. I feel like that's either a trophy or... Ooh, treasure.
A kind of mortar and pestle, probably used for preparing medicinal herbs.
So it vibrates when you find something. Examine to find hidden information.
There are small bone fragments in the mortar well. Hopefully animal bones.
The fire, so you have to go out of your way to ignite that thing. You got to cross these. You got to cross 2 of these delicate things. Maybe just one, but still a pain in the ass. Challenge unlocked. Complete for more. Complete for more. Got the light statues, that's it. Oh, ninja. So I'm falling in love with this game all over again. I really am. I'm just having a complete ball with this game. Okay. That's gonna happen a lot, and I don't mean
Lara,
just a
are you
lot.
there?
I mean a lot.
Reyes, did you find Sam?
We're still on her trail.
I'm going to try and send an SOS from an old radio tower up here. Any tips?
Hey, Lara. You're gonna need to find the communications console. It'll look like a bunch of old switchboards.
Okay, I'll let you know when I find it.
Hey, wake up, you got the scooter! Come on, grab her!
Please! You don't need to do this!
difficult than usual. Anyway, that guy she was just talking to explain that she would need to find a communications console. He's basically got a crush on her. You can tell. I mean, he's a real nerdy guy. Doesn't really get out much. Probably plays Tomb Raider.
I have a bad feeling about this.
More trucks. I mean, how did they even get... This is a hill. This is a mountain. How the fuck did they even get them here? Alright, it's going to open up another checkpoint. Another cutscene. Let's watch, shall we?
I'm telling you, Reyes, it's mechanical, not an electrical problem.
Now, Alex.
This looks like it might be an electrical problem.
You think?
Oh, hello. Hey, is this little fox, huh?
She's cute, huh? Yeah, it's Alicia.
Alicia.
It's my daughter.
Oh.
14 years old, and smarter than you'll ever be.
She must get that from her father.
Don't give him the attention. And, yeah.
I'll take a look at this. Probably electrical. From her father. Nice one.
So I was on the lock, right? Doing a spot of midnight fishing.
Hey, Grim. Time to button down the hatches.
I'll be right with you. So I was on the lock, right? And this thing comes looming at me. Looming out of the water it was. So I give her a old Glasgow kiss, you know. Gets you out of trouble 9 times out of 10, that does. Took me a week to sleep that night off. And I've not touched a drop since. See you at dinner, Sam.
All right. Can we take B-roll, please? Thank you. Dr. James Whitman, filler 15, take 3, and action.
Okay, now take a firm grip and then slice him down the belly, like this. Yeah, you got...
Good Lord, cut! 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 Cut!
Is he coming back?
I'll go get him.
World-renowned archaeologist. Discover.
The world-renowned archaeologist, Dr. James Whitman. It's just a fish. It's gonna be fine.
This damned reality TV business. I'm meant to be bringing culture to the people, Sam, not dinner. No offense, Jonah.
The audience demands content, Dr. Whitman. You know that. So until we find the Lost Kingdom, we need footage like this. Come on, let's just take it from the top, okay? We're gonna make you look like Gordon Ramsay in editing. Dr. James Whitman, filler 15, take 4, action.
Okay, now take a firm grip and then slice him down the belly, like that.
I've studied them so much, I can see charts on the back of my eyelids. But if I'm not right about Yamatai being in the Dragon's Triangle...
I remember when you found that on one of your father's digs. You ran up and showed it to me. Ran up to me and showed it.
I was 5 years old, it was my first find.
Yeah. You've got great instincts, girl. You just have to trust them.
That's what my father used to say.
Now, there was a man that ran on instinct. For better or worse. He would have been so proud of you, Lara.
We're getting closer to the storm.
Well, whatever's coming, we'll get through it, eh?
Okay, Lara.
That was a cool behind the
Pull
scenes
yourself
thing.
together. They're counting on you.
And by cool, I mean mildly interesting at best. So we're just going to keep going on our path, I guess. Let me just grab my controller and let's begin.
Even colder up by the radio tower. Hey! Get that damn gun off me!
So you would think that they had actually caught it, but turns out they didn't. Try and smash out this light.
Surprised they even work after so many years.
This guy's wondering what the fuck is going on. It's like, I just killed all of your friends. And you're the only one left. Bodies. So everyone gets wiped out. Now, I can't really explain why they get wiped out, but it's the Queen, I believe, or at least her royal guard, who are basically immortal. I don't know if they're immortal or just been existing for a while, but they live up in her temple, up in her, at the very peak of the mountain, the highest peak of the island. I should have snuck up behind him. That was a mistake. Bit of a glitch there. Oh shit, shit, shit. Oh god. Looks like I was supposed to shoot out that light, which would have blinded them. How far am I away? Still got quite a bit up the mountain. They must get a lot of visitors because they're constantly armed to the teeth, patrolling, shooting anyone on sight. I mean, they've got mounted machine guns and things. I know they're looking for us, but they just seem to be overly prepared, so they must get a lot of visitors.
This bunker. World War II era. Probably Japanese. It's freezing.
You okay? Fine. Good job. How many minutes on the rack? Not in the diets brought one in himself. For the ritual? Probably. We'll find out tonight. It's loaded with fuel.
Oh yeah. Fuck you guys. They've got toilets. That could be such a luxury in existing in such a filthy place like this. I mean, instead of like a latrine, they actually have functioning toilets. I'm not sure if I'm in the place I need to be. Oh, that guy's got machete. That's how bad it is. That's why that guy was in slow motion. He's got machetes. He doesn't like have a bow. If he gets close, he's going to start cutting things off. No one leaves. Guessing we can throw it, igniting whatever we hit. This was working till just recently. This was providing power. I don't know where I'm supposed to throw it. I'm obviously supposed to go up there now. That looks pretty cool. Am I supposed to throw it through here? No. Now I have a feeling that this is the place that we're supposed to go. I know it's World War II tower, and we might actually be closer than what we think, than what I thought we were. Check it out, a valve. No escape, and then once again a picture of these.
There's nowhere to run, outsider!
What the hell?
Okay, yes. To go back through, pick up a lamp, throw it through there, ignite the gas, busting open the door and killing anyone inside.
Hey!
Rifle.
Just end it.
Nope, submachine gun.
Please.
I can kill him.
Just kill me now.
Fuck you.
She's coming!
Expedition Field Report. Despite loss of 2 cargo ships to intense storms, the expedition has made landfall. We've established a communications center high in the mountains, and coastal base construction has commenced. Initial surveys have revealed several possible excavation sites. The island is much larger than we originally anticipated, and layered with many centuries of history. The task of identifying the source of the storms will be long and arduous. But if we succeed in our mission here, our victory in this war will be certain.
So yeah, that all the materials were brought by cargo ships and then obviously lost during the initial landing, but they managed to make it to land, indicating that they could retrieve the materials from the ship. What this fight might be as a result of not executing that guy. So this little ambush here may be a result of me not killing that guy who asked to be killed. You could have asked him questions like, what the fuck is going on? Things like that. There it is. Okay, this is going to trigger a cutscene up ahead. It's going to be very bad though.
Alex, are you there?
Yeah.
The console's a wreck.
Damn it. Well, unless you see a Radio Shack around, you're gonna have to patch it manually through the maintenance panel.
Okay, that sounds simple enough.
Yeah, well, you're gonna have to find it first. On those old towers, they installed those panels high up. I mean, way high up.
Climbing again. Great.
So basically we need to get to the tower and we've got to climb to what is essentially the top of the tower in order to patch in manually and then broadcast the signal.
I am alone now. The rest of them are dead. This is for the best. I watched from the cliffs as their makeshift boat was tossed and turned by the storms. The clouds looked like a hand upon the water, desperately clawing at their doomed boat. None survived the wrath of the storm. I observed it carefully. The storm was localized and sudden. And just as suddenly, it was gone. And this is the most interesting detail. It didn't seem random. I sensed emotion, something deliberate. I don't know what's happening on this island. Not yet. But if I ever hope to escape, I must understand this phenomenon. Now my real work begins.
So once again, another diary of the madman has been unlocked, telling us about how he basically sacrificed his friends. There is a palm print there, painted. What does that indicate? That indicates that they were there before and they purposely destroyed it, maybe. Or maybe sacrifice. You gotta move carefully, simple as that. This place is still functioning, which makes it a perfect base, because you know it is a base. That's how perfect it is. It is a base. It's got power. It's got heat. It's got probably running water. And there is the tower. It's not going to be that easy to get to, and when we do, we have to climb.
This isn't normal. God for us training. All those treks, all those climbs. It's as if he'd been preparing me for something like this all along. It's clear that there are people living here, and they're organized. They're killing and recruiting. Why? It's like some kind of cult. But a cult of what? What do they want? What are they looking for?
we've got to find salvage to upgrade it. I'm going to go ahead, I'm going to make it to the tower, and once I get to the tower, that's going to be the end of it. That's going to be the end of the episode.
Come here.
Get down! Let go!
Where did he think exactly she was, like, going to go? I mean, if she had let go, they both would have fallen to their death.
Damn! How many are there?
Damn it, she must have killed everyone in the base.
See an old radar, dude. Oh crap.
Does it hurt?
Oh, there we are. What? How?
Right, brother.
Who was still shooting me? You know, fuck it. This is going to be the end of the episode right here, right now. You know, like, subscribe, and share if you haven't already. If you want to see more of this game, simply just write it in the comments and let me know. If you've got any tips about the game, any facts, I would love to hear about them. And what game you think I should play next. Alright, YouTube, you know who I am. You know what I do. Catch you later.